If you ever have poor quality broadband connection, you can set up a free remote real-time monitor of your internet connection quality that will compile you a real-time graph here about packet loss and latency, with which you can figure out quickly what the heck is going on and whether or not you have a problem. That's what I did today. This is the graph that I've currently got set up, running, testing my internet connection. It's still going. I started it around 11 a.m. this morning, and within a few minutes I was able to determine, yes, I obviously have a clear problem. There should be no red on this. This is on average 25% packet, 30% packet loss. What are you thinking, SJJ? I don't know anything about that. Well, you don't have to. If you see something like this, you can go armed to your internet service provider straight away and say, look, I clearly have a problem. I've got 25% packet loss. But it helps you identify all kinds of different problems. Here's an example of packet loss from a bad sync or heavy downloading. Here's peak time congestion. And there's a helpful guide on how to interpret these graphs. Very busy broadband connection during night time. Peak time congestion during late evening. So you can set up this monitor, let it run, and it's going to ping your router all constantly, whilever it's running, whilever you allow it to do it, in real time. You can set this running for weeks at a time, or just have it done temporarily, and figure out what the heck is going on with your broadband connection. So again, I did this today, and here's what I figured out. So I was able to call up my internet service provider and get this resolved pretty quickly. You can see when whatever they did to my connection, they resolved it within about an hour and a half. So let me show you then how you go and do this. You go to thinkbroadband.com and click sign up now. You just need an email address. It's free. They'll send you an email, verify that, come back and log in. And then you go to tools and broadband quality monitoring here. And then on broadband quality monitor, you click create a new monitor. Then it's going to ask you, it'll show you your IP address and ask you which ISP you're with and whether you want to share the information publicly or not. And then just click start. So once you've done that, then the monitor is pinging your router. But there's one more thing you have to do in order to enable your router to respond to it. And that is go into your router's security settings. So you log into your router, and then you're going to look for the setting that controls pings, that controls whether responses are given to pings or not. So in this case, it's a security setting. You would untick this. Here's another example. Respond ping request from WAN. In this instance, you'd click yes. You'd turn that to yes. It's usually off for security reasons. In this instance, here it says respond to ping on internet port. You tick that box. Yes, allow Thinkbroadband to ping at me. And in this instance, enable ping blocking, you would untick that so that pings are not being blocked. I hope that makes sense. And then once you've done that, you only have to wait a few minutes for the real-time graph to start being filled with information about the quality of your service. So as you can see on mine, very quickly, I was able to determine that I had a big problem with the red here, and I was able to call up my internet service provider and not take the standard response of no for an answer, basically, and get my internet connection fixed pretty quickly. So I'm going to leave that security setting on my router to allow Thinkbroadband to ping my router for another few hours or maybe a day, and just keep an eye on it. and then I'll remember to go and return that security setting to block pings from the internet until I need to do this another time. All right. I hope some of you might find that helpful one day. Thanks for listening.